you might see us lesbian comedians as like a couple of libtards or whatever. And it's like, no, we're going to stay retarded, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, I do. I do.
Yeah.
And I've gotten the look in my office because there's like 20 somethings and I said it out loud and they were like, ooh. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm not supposed to say. I'm the old person in my office now where I'm the one saying the incorrect thing.
Well, you need to play him the George Carlin thing about the euphemism treadmill and how it's just like, well, there was a point where you couldn't, idiot and moron were the official terms for like what used to be before that. And then you weren't supposed to say those. And so retarded was the politically correct thing. Right. And it's like now differently mentally abled or whatever, but which is also funny to call someone. Yes. And that's we're not gonna be able to say that because enough of us are doing zingers about how you're differently abled.
Well, when you said unalive earlier,
exactly.
I read something about how like eventually that's gonna be.
Of course it will be.
And as we can try and get around these things, but they are what they are.
Change. Right. And so this is the idea, like that's what I want young people to understand. It's like, it's a trick. It's a game. Like, oh, you're just like, oh, you're in the in group if you use the right words and don't use the wrong words. But it's a way for us, them to keep us divided and stuff arbitrarily. And also, it really, anytime you're taking away our ability to communicate ideas,
suppressing language,
I'm against that. Yeah, because we need to be able to call people words when they're being
well, yes, I agree with that.
It's important.
But language is like already like the most complicated way that we can communicate with each other. And to make it even more complicated is just, why are we doing this to ourselves?
Right.
Like, these are the wrong things to be.
Right. It's like, have you ever actually seen someone with Down syndrome be upset about this?
Right.
Or is this just a thing that someone told you was a problem?
Yes. And I think, because I've seen comedians who get spoken to after the show and they talk about, maybe somebody with Down syndrome and they're just like, oh, you can't talk about that. And it's like, but I think a person in the crowd, that did have Down syndrome would actually feel more included.
Right.
To have some kind of representation.
Right.
Than none at all.
Yeah.
So because if we're not talking about it at all,
right,
then what kind of representation are they getting?
Right.
None.
Well, and if the comics up there making fun of fat people and Muslims and whatever it is, then it's like, we're not allowed to make fun of people with Down syndrome.
Right.
Like, what does that mean?
Like they don't do anything worth making. If you call it
punching down, then you're saying that they're down.
Yes.
So you're the one who's saying
putting them in a position,
whereas the rest of us are going, no. We're all each other's brothers and sisters. Yes, we're all in this. We're all glitchy. We're all fucked up. We all have mental disorders. We all have things. We all have ways that we're really intelligent and ways we're really.
Yes.
Every one of us has our own special needs.
Yes, I am very special needs.
Everyone's needs are special to them.
Yeah.
And we all are differently abled. Right. So, and especially in this country, it's like, have we not proven this is a country of barely literate retards at this point? That should be, as Americans, we should get to say that word.
Yes. We should be able to describe each other as.
At least if we're in Boston, we use the soft R.